Alright, so two of the most important aspects of Etsy, in my opinion, is leveraging customer communication and achieving rank. So when it comes to customer communication, it's a great way to get good reviews, avoid bad reviews, and keeping customer satisfaction high. But another huge part of actually doing Etsy is getting our listings to the first page, so getting them ranked. So today, I'll go over why and when it's appropriate for us to reach out to our customers. I'll go over how to get good reviews and avoid bad ones. I'll also go over how to get rank on our listings, and I'll also talk about SEO and how to approach Etsy ads. Let's get into it. So why should we reach out to our customer? Well, it's basically to avoid bad reviews and to get good reviews. But also, it gives us a really seamless way to just talk to our customers if there's any issues and to just keep customer satisfaction high, which gives us a better return customer rate. So when is it appropriate to reach out? Well, in my opinion, the best way to do that is when the item has been shipped. Then we can just give them a simple message, kind of like this. It's a super simple, small message, but it keeps the customer up to date, and it also makes it very easy for them to communicate with us if there's anything that's going on with the order. Now, a good part about Etsy is that we can actually just go to completed, and then we can sort this by delivered. From this page, we can basically just see which ones has been delivered recently, and we can then reach out to each person individually and just ask them something along the lines of, if we do this just at the beginning of each day or at the end of each day, it takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes to do if we have our replies saved within Etsy. And it's just a super simple way to communicate with customers before they actually make a review, whether it's good or bad. And if something basically has happened, then they might say, we should usually ask for a picture from the customer, and then we can basically just head to Printify and then go here and then basically just write live agent to the AI bot, and then we can talk to a live person. And then if it's a hole, we can just show that to them, and then we'll get a refund from Printify, and then we can refund the customer. Most orders actually do very well, and it's not a problem at all. Instead of this, they say, and that just gives them an extra incentive to actually do it. I mean, if we follow up with them on every step of the way, then it's kind of seamless to just ask that if everything is good. It doesn't feel like we're pushing anything. It's just a kind of seamless way to ask for reviews. And in my opinion, it's a great way to have a high review rate. All right, so next up is break-even pricing. Why is this important and what is it? Well, basically, it's a great way for us to inflate sales in the beginning so we can just achieve rank with our listings. So we talked about selling sweatshirts before. So let's head to Printify. Let's search for the Gildan 18000. Let's take Monster Digital. And then let's take this one. $30.91 plus shipping, which is a 8.49, so 22.4. We'll head into the Alora Etsy calculator, calculate profit. We will write 22.4. And now, break even for me is basically having a small cushion, just so we know that if anything happens, we know that the cushion will basically keep us safe from not going too much into the red, or basically going into the red at all. So what I basically want to find here is a $2 to $3 margin, max $4 margin. So let's take $31 maybe. This is a bit much. Let's take $29.99. Bit much too. Let's take $27.99. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's take $28.99. Okay, so this would basically be my kind of profit margin, kind of cushion. So if we have our sweatshirts, I would basically list them at $28.99. And when they have basically gotten 10 sales, I would raise this to our profit margin, which should be around 30%. So instead of that, we could have maybe $35.99, I think, or maybe even more than that, maybe even $36.99. Yeah, $36.99 would be a great profit margin on this, since I always want to hit around 30%. But I would basically, when the item is sold about 10 to 15 times, I would basically bump the price up to $36.99 from $28.99, I think it was, right? Yeah, from $28.99 to $36.99. This is our biggest lever to actually achieve rank in the beginning. But it's not the only thing that we have to do. It's super important to actually know here that if we, for instance, sell a flamingo shirt. So what we don't want to do when we, for instance, sell a flamingo shirt is that we say bird shirt. Because what basically happens then is that it gives us a lower chance to actually rank, since we can end up in the search for bird and we will lose rank overall just because we haven't named our listing properly. So when we sell a flamingo shirt, it should say flamingo shirt, not bird shirt, in my opinion at least. Then we will show for the relevant terms in search, but not for bird shirt. Bird shirt would be something that we might get one sale every once in a while, but it will keep our rank down. But this also leads into the next part, which is Etsy ads. So when it comes to Etsy ads, a key part to making this work is that when we have our listings listed in the beginning, we actually get a boost. When we have our break-even pricing, we have a great way to actually inflate sales, since we have pulled our biggest lever as much as possible, since we have our pricing set to a break-even pricing. But so you even get that extra boost in the beginning to see results faster. A great way to use Etsy ads is to push it in the beginning just so we can achieve rank even faster than that. Because that's a great way for us to rank organically in the beginning at page 1 and during the boost period. But also when we have our ads, to rank for another listing. So when we have our ads, for instance, there's another listing and then there's the organic listings, 2 of them. One is the ad, one is the organic. So in search there's like 40 listings or something like that. If we basically have 2 listings on the same page, it gives us a much higher likelihood of actually getting to the sale. There's a common statistic which basically is that the customer needs to see the same thing about 7 times before they actually make a purchase. Pushing it with ads, having a break-even pricing with the correct SEO is basically my way of achieving rank fast with listings when we list them. Alright, so this was the last part of my How to Get Your First 100 Sales mini-series. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, you can do so here. If there's anything that you'd like to see me talk about next, just comment down below and I'll do my best to help out. I'll see you in the next one.